Can you go lay down? Guys. You hear how she said that like they're forcing her to stay here? Hey, look at them. Look, you heard that shit, right? They're forcing her to stay here to try to investigate me and steer me up so that I keep saying, stop, man. I keep saying shit. Come over there. I keep saying shit while they're investigating. See how he's scratching his head and shit? They can hear what I'm saying, kind of, but they know that I be trolling and doing this shit and saying stuff, and they're investigating in my phone. They've been doing this shit to me for like 10 years. So way back when I was 10 years old, I did like this terroristic thing when I was prank calling shit and prank calling Indian people and shit, right? And then look, here comes one now. I was prank calling Indian people and all this type of stuff, and it's just like, you know, it's the same thing. So they're gonna try to pull up, but this is the same dude as before. So, you know, more bullshit. I don't know why they're consistently trying. Well, I do, because they're trying to fucking frame me, that's why. Because they're in my phone and they're working with him and they think that they're gonna do something to me, so trying to act like some type of shit. And, just, they keep trying constantly. So, I can't wait to try. Now that I'm trying to get these polygraph tests done, and I'm calling them up, and they're trying to steer me to this one guy named Jim Earl. So he worked for the FBI, and he's like a Republican, because I've been helping Trump with IDs while they're investigating me, and they're trying to act like they're just hearing me say stuff, while they're hacking my phone. But because I do semi-serious content and shit, so it's because I have to hide it because they're gonna try to convict me or something. So it's just nonstop. They will not stop trying to use her against me and all this other shit, and that's why they're trying to act like they're doing something now, because they're trying to, now that I'm trying to help the Democrats, which I've always been a Democrat, I voted Democrat every time, and I told them that I was just trying to help because I'm tired of this type of shit, because this bitch I think is a Democrat, and there's a bunch of people who around town are Democrats who are fucking up my life, and the Democrats had power during COVID and all this other shit, so I fucked them up this time, and then I'm trying to help out with, them winning for the next time, and then I even told AOC to help Mondani. You know what I'm saying? Just doing different things, and it's been this viral thing that has been going on, so it's non-stop, you know what I mean? They just won't leave my ass alone. I'm just sitting there trying to do yard work, and I gotta do this shit, because I had said something about this a few days ago, so, and they do it to a T. They do it to a T. I even said for that bitch to wear a pink shirt, look, and then they're gonna come out just like I said. I just saw the dog move. Guaranteed someone's out there right now, or they're doing something. So you know what I mean? This is what they do. They coordinate. They've been trying to. She comes on my property. She smokes the dog. She tries to get me started, harass me. I had said for them to look at my chin. Look, see how he just walked by there, and he was like a dark shadow. Right. That's what I'm trying to say. They're back there doing something. Right. I wouldn't be surprised if they come up and do mail or something like that. They do this shit every time. So it's nonstop. So, I haven't talked to this bitch for days. So, that's why I post it up every day. So, post it up every day. And, they just saw the video, but they knew, let's see, like I said, right on cue. Fucking with the highlighter shirt and all. Like I said, I got my own voice, bitch. Got the recordings. Look at this shit. Look. Look, every time. It's every time. They saw the video of her saying that she was working together with them and all this other shit, and I've just been posting it up. So, look, here they coming. Coming after it again. Non-stop. So. Guys, stop banging shit. There's other ways, bitch. There's a bold bunch, man. Legal ones, too. What is that one? I'm not. Does it make you feel bad? Yeah, I know it would make you feel bad, man. I always put you on each other job, too. Make sure that shit gets fucked up. And they let me take some of these tests somewhere. Somebody will. I'll just take them on my own. So. Just out here doing my shit like normal. And then they come in out to, this guy, he's ex-military, like I've said before many times, and he, is working with them too. I had originally said a joke about, watch, there will be 2 Spanish people. I'm gonna consistently say that. 2 Spanish people to live next door, literally, because I knew that they were investigating. Because I've been on a terrorist watch list, like I said, since I was like 10. They don't leave me alone. This has been going on this is like 3 different departments. Hernando, Pasco, Hillsborough. Hillsborough's been doing it for, I still don't even have a record. I've never even, the only time I've ever been to jail was once for speeding and for resisting arrest when they illegally almost killed me with my own helmet, which I still have the helmet and it's still on my record. And then there's another time, which was illegal because Grady and me were beefing about some shit from Polk County and whatnot, and I was saying I was gonna do some shit to his ass when I went to this whole thing. Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be bad. Yeah, see you later. Bye bye. Yeah, see, she knows it's gonna be bad. She's like, oh fuck, yeah, no, I could do a lot, a whole bunch. If I get the right lawyer, I could do a lot, like 100 million. Yeah, 100. It would be unprecedented. Yeah, it would be biblical. Yeah, this bitch got like what, a few mil just from some shit? 100. You would be involved. Yeah, you would. I'm looking for one right now. I'm gonna get the best lawyer possible. I'll go be one. Yeah, I'll go past the bar real quick, I promise. They know I will. They've seen my collegiate shit. Like, because they look it up when they profile you. Yeah, I'm that smart, nigga. Yeah, exactly. I'm actually like in Mensa. But y'all just don't understand that shit. But it's fine, man. They're still gonna pull all this shit up. I got you, man. Just give it a minute. Whenever I fucking get around to leaving my fucking property without you coordinating together like a bunch of fucking pack rats. Yo, I thought you was saying, oh shit, I was about to be like, wouldn't be surprised though. You guys aren't real peaceful either. Not that shit, this bitch came out in like a Gurkha or some shit, like, which is fine. Like, you're not, you know, but they're not peaceful. That's the joke of it. But he keeps trying to come over here to try to bait my dogs to go through the fence. You know, they've let their chickens out on purpose, the whole shit. You know, his mom or whatever was like constantly fucking carrying it up, talking about my dogs can't fucking hang on a tree, you know, they can't do this, letting her dogs run free. She had her fucking pit bulls like, you know, sitting there fucking chilling, cutting through the fence and shit, acting like mine would do that. Mine weren't doing that for years, and now all of a sudden, because it's, you know, super rusted and there's a few holes randomly, like as if my dogs are doing it, you know. It's fucking bullshit. So it's non-stop, man. Non-stop with this shit. It's like, as soon as I just need to find somebody that's gonna do that shit. But that's the thing, because I was trolling and I said some shit like I'm a pedo or whatever, and I've changed my story up like 50 times. But everyone knows I'm not a pedophile, man. Like, I'm gonna have to show like this shit that shows that, like, I literally said, if you're not 20, I don't date you, and I don't fucking, I'm not attracted to you or anything like that. And they just don't get that shit. Like, it just goes over their head. Like, I have the receipts, so that just proves it right there. That would make no sense. So, and their brains don't work, and it's fine, because the only thing that they care about is carnage, because they won't get legally shot, but they should, you know. There's certain people who really need a good, like, shooting or like, or beating, you know, because they're psychos, but like, and they just won't stop. But it's like, I have like a whole set of things that I've said to like this one, I don't even know if they were how old or whatever, but they tried to get after me, and I was like, nah, listen, I don't talk to anyone that's under 20 years old anymore. Like, maybe 18, because I dated one 18-year-old and that recently, and that shit was so bad because she was working with them too. So like I said, and she's in jail right now for animal abuse. So that's another thing I could prove. So, which, you know, because I had said to put her ass in jail, because it was 3-4 years after the incident. 3 years, 3 or 4. Look at this bitch. She really don't think I could. Y'all really can. I really can. It's actually a standard for it. And they're blocking it like wildfire. But I will find someone. I don't give a fuck about to travel 300 miles. So, like I said, you're not gonna do that shit to me, Poppy. So, like, I will find some way. Whether or not it's me learning how to do FBI testing, which you can do a course for that. I'll find a way. They can't just deny you, because that would be super suspicious. Wouldn't it? Yeah, it would. So, would they deny a random person? No answer for that? Okay, we're just checking. Just checking. So we'll see. I just gotta get a nice lawyer degree somehow, or at least just know how to open up a case by myself and then just do polygraph tests. Because they just don't get the message, man. And then, you know, in the meantime, I'll just have the shit that says, I don't fuck with anyone under 20. That's what it says. I've even posted it on my Facebook. Yeah, you didn't see it. Nah, because I do it here and there. Yeah, I posted it up plenty of times. It says, I don't fuck with teenagers. That's what it says. It literally says that. And her responses show that too. So, because it does. Oh, goodness gracious. It's just non-stop, man. Non-stop. Like, you can say that you murdered 6 people, and like, if someone doesn't like it, and you're clearly joking and being sarcastic, and like, I'm a high-level actor, right? So like, I'm trying to get famous and shit, right? That's why I have like the semi-serious thing on, to try to look like I'm not doing anything and nothing's really going down, you know? But like, it's real hot out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit's been going on since I was 10, bro. On and on, since I was a youngster. I've never, if somebody told me this shit when I was 5 or 10, bro, I would have been like, no way, until it happened. Like, you know what I mean? I would have been like, there's no way. I was like, why would they even think about doing something? Because people are terrible, bro. It doesn't even matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. They will try so fucking hard, bro, to mess up something. So hard. Like, I don't even know what it was that pissed her off, because what I really think is that she was here, and that's why she's saying that. She's literally saying that she doesn't want to live there anymore, and that, like, blah, 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 okay? Because they're literally making people attack me via Tinder, DoorDash, this bitch, okay? They're gonna try to make it seem like this bitch is a crazy nutbag, and that's why they're here right now, and that's why she's sitting down like a whack nut. You see what I'm saying? That's one of the things I said to do, right? And they're not gonna do anything right now. They're not doing a single thing, okay? They're gonna try to make her look as crazy as possible, and they're trying to say you gotta take the fall or whatever, because they probably got her on escort charges and whatever else, unless she's a setup. Because they set me up with somebody recently from Tinder just to sit there and calm me down in this whole situation, because they knew I was gonna squeal. You can't even make this shit up. Like, I would have to be Willy fucking Wonka, Tim Burton, to make this shit up. And I have a really good creativity mind, but it ain't that good. It's not that good, bro. Nobody's that good. Especially since I'm shit off, you know? Since it was, you know, drug related 15 years ago. So that sucks, man. It really does suck for y'all, because I got cleared by every doctor. Yeah, I did. Every single one, man. Yeah, every doctor said it was drugs, and they said once you get off drugs, you'll be fine. So, and I didn't even get Baker acted like that. I got Baker acted like a few times for drugs. Like, it was very clearly drugs. Like, there's nothing psychotic about it. Like, you could just be like, oh, he developed symptoms 15 years later. I don't take anything at all. I don't have any family and friends either. My family and me beef all the time, and they hate me all the time. My mom has fucking Alzheimer's symptoms. I literally have text messages of her just forgetting whole entire conversations. So, it's fine. My dad's a serial cheater and liar. And they have they had two whole services to remarry because of his serial lying. So, this is gonna be fun, guys. Especially because by the time I get it done, they're going to be another 10 years old. So I'm still going to get it done. I got your names. Unless y'all move. If y'all move far, far away, and I don't get to see your fucking just mulch-eating, fucking just sycophant asses. Yeah. I'm still probably going to do it, but, you know, we'll see how I feel after a few years of not having to deal with your bullshit. So, it's crazy that, like, they had the old guy, even at that house, he was, like, screaming at me and shit. And, like, they were like, oh, they take care of some crazy patient and whatnot. Because I was always talking about, like, how, like, I was when I was in the place that I was at, you know.
This is like when I was on Spice, you know, which will turn you fucking batshit. Everyone knows that. It's, you know, the worst drug other than fentanyl probably in the world, but, or crocodile. But, you know, I did it once, but it's like, that shit will fuck you up, right? So this dude would come down here and scream all the time about the dogs and shit. Well, lo and behold, they've been like round robbing people at some of these homes and shit, because they all just like coordinate in town. Like, this bitch is supposedly a real estate agent, and they just don't want certain people living at places. Like, this is apparently like really good, you know, a place to live, you know what I mean, in a way. So it's like a cheap steal, and like they've been just coordinating together with like real estate people and the other people down the street. They got an ex-judge, he's in it, I know his name. I have pictures of half of his family. I got, you know, the other people that are at the front. Like, there's, you know, like 3 different families that I got pictures of. I forgot their names, but, you know, I'm just working on getting everything set up, man. I just gotta get, I really don't even need like to pass the bar. I could just do it on my own, but it'd be better to show I have like legal expertise, basically. I did go to a high-level college for like a week, so like I can always pull that up, but I just wish I would have had money. But yeah, man, I did get approved for exotic animals. I have no anything that shows that I'm abusing dogs in any which way. I've had a few because of just my own stuff with natural deaths, but literally the rest of them that will either croak is either like something that has to do with her or them or the other people down the street. Look, here she goes again, trying to act like they're not all involved. You're involved with them, sweetie. They're trying to... Oh my god. So they're trying to like do this whole thing where like she's gonna get Baker active and act like I'm a psycho. But like I'm not gonna get Baker active. Because they're trying to make me feel good. Because they want me to come back and help with the Trump situation. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna try to then act like I'm schizo, but I'm peaceful schizo, right? Or something like that. Because that's what I had said to do. Like, because I'm just giving them bullshit in my phone. I'm like, you guys should do this and that. And it's like, they've been hacking that shit the whole time. Like, they even hacked me, bro, when I was screaming at them at the top of my fucking lungs. Like, you motherfuckers, the time that they sent this fucking, it's like a fake account or like a little girl or whatever they paid, or I don't even know for sure because the lingo was so like new school, you know. But they sent this bitch over, bro, and I'm telling you, like, I'm good at detecting like FBI or I was like, I don't even know, and they knew how to get it, right? So I'm sitting there like, I can't even see the bitch's face on the picture, and I'm like, bro, like, I'm like, there's no way that you're not a fake profile, and I don't even want to touch you, nothing, because you're like way too young looking already. But I was just like curious to see like how old she was, right? This bitch, she said was 14. I was like, fuck. I was like, bro, I know they're trying to get me for something, right? And I literally sat there and was trying to coach the bitch up. And then I sat there and tried to crash out of this whole shit and say something about how I'm like, I was like jerking off to it, and then I changed my story 7 times and this whole thing. And now it's going around the fucking planet, bro, like wildfire. These people have the FBI with Andrew Bustamante, everybody, they're all fucking sending this shit around like wildfire because I said I wanted a chance, right, to be famous and shit like that. But the whole point was basically to fuck it up from the get-go. Like, they literally did, like, and I was saying this too to myself, and I was wondering if they were recording all of it. You see what I'm trying to say? Because like I wanted to see like how deep the rabbit hole goes, because I didn't know that they were recording 24/7. I do have all the time green stuff, like they're not the green stuff, but the green light on my camera, right? And they say that once you have a certain level of clearance in FBI because of immediate problems, they can fucking get you, right? So what they did was they hacked my shit. I'm talking for the last, like, they've been hacking it since the Buddy incident, because they had a few thousand people call them, and I have records of this. I still have the viral shit where they were harassing me and stuff, and they're hoping I cancel my Facebook with the whole thing going on, so I don't have records. But I keep everything on an extra fucking thing, and I take pictures of it, and it doesn't connect to the internet, and they don't know that. They came in my house, bro. Look, this bitch really don't think I have you by your whole entire life in a minute. And I have 2 voice recording bars. I have an extra little mini thing, and I'm just waiting to get them in court. But the problem is that you can't put it in court because you have to have like somebody sign off for the FBI thing. These motherfuckers are so conniving. They have literally Jim Orr and these fucking people making sure that I have no way of taking an FBI test legally because nobody will fuck with certain levels of testing. This dude literally said that if I said something sexually, whatever, pervasive, if there's no evidence, then don't worry about it, because that's what I literally said for the cat to do. And I literally told him to designate me to the Tampa guy, and I looked up who he was. It's Jim Orr. So like I said, he said Jim Orr because they knew who it was. This whole thing, I'm just saying, like, it's this whole fucking thing. Like, it's so crazy, bro, how maniacal these people are. Like, these motherfuckers supposedly burned down LA and are trying to blame it on one of the viral things that I said. They killed some other people, which I don't even know because it doesn't even look real. Like, the AI fires don't even look real. The shit was 100 feet high, okay? And then Google's saying it's supposedly AI generating shit. But why would a fire with this big of grass everywhere in California even burn? It just doesn't even make sense. It's almost like, is it the air? Or, like, because I've never lived out there. I don't even know. And I know that some places can do shit like that, supposedly, but it just doesn't even make sense for, like, half of it. Like, the whole thing was AI generated. You know what I mean? So they're obviously making it look as fucked up as possible so that I don't even, like, think of it as a thing, and then saying I'm a schizo because I don't think of it as a thing, even though I literally said a bunch of crazy shit, and they're, like, coordinating, like, I'm talking, like, on a... Bro, it should be studied. If aliens were alive and, like, knew that we were this much fucked up with each other, they would laugh their ass off. Like, we have not a prayer in hell of not going to World War III at some point. Like, there's not a prayer in hell. So it's like, even with Trump being, like, the way he is and like, trying to, like, do the things I said and, like, stopping world peace or stopping world problems with, like, I said peace through strength and shit like that. Even though I knew they were already coordinating, because there's no reason why they would fuck with each other like that. They always had minerals and all this other shit with it, but I'm just trying to fuck with the whole system, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, they knew that, right? Look at her head, bro. Look at her head. Look, see the way she's, like, leaning? She's like, yeah, whatever you say, bro. They're fucking, like, little Trump supporters and shit. Supposedly, I don't believe it because he's fucking Mexican. Mexicans don't like Trump. They try to act like they do, but they really don't. Like, because all Trump's gonna do is fucking make sure your cousins don't come here and blow up everything in Mexico City, possibly. And if he don't, it's because I said not to. So, like I said, so at the end of the day, man, it's the same shit. Look at her, look at her. This bitch don't even know how to get on a diet, and you want to vote for someone who wants to control the planet? Okay. So anyways, it's like, like, I really was trying to fuck shit up from the get-go, but I also wanted to make it to where, like, the cat, rose minimum wage and all this other shit, right? And I did literally vote only for Democrats, and I'm gonna pull that up in a minute, but I gotta be able to leave my fucking house. But once I get some shit going and get to a fucking lawyer that will actually do this fucking shit. But either way, dog, it's like, once I show the messages that say that, like, I'm not fucking with you unless you're 20, and it's because I'm not attracted to anyone under 20, then people will understand that they're crazy. So it's like, and if they don't, then that's just, like, I don't know what to do. Because it's just like, these people are that crazy. Like, they're that, like, I can't even, like, they're acting sometimes, but then it's like, I don't even know, they're acting in a way, it's like, I don't even really know if they're acting, and that's why they're acting that way. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of hard, you know what I'm saying, to deal with it. And they're trying to throw it back in my face that I've been trolling and shit. I only trolled because I deal with this shit every day. This is what I deal with, and it's all been under Democratic leadership. Now, granted, there's never been an FBI director that was Republican. It's been the FBI and CIA, like, for a fuck ton of time. It's never been, like, not like that. But the Democrats have them in, too. So it's like, we all know what they do. They literally hide behind the Republicans. It's always been the Republicans who are, like, military, level and all this other shit. And they hide behind that to keep the scapegoat, the Democrats scapegoat everything, even though they're all, like, a part of, like, this little, like, clown system. That's why I was like, that circuit, because it's a circus. It's literally been the Roman circus in the Roman Colosseum since fucking, I don't even know when. And the funny thing is, I got Elon Musk to do the Nazi salute because it is modern day Nazi saluting. And it's like, this autistic dumb fuck literally thought it was funny. He thought it was funny to do it. And what they don't realize is that even if the government decides to finagle this next election, Okay, like I think they might have this one because of this whole thing I said about like red tide and I was gonna be the gopher of fucking the whatever that shit's called, the the Puxatawny. You know what I'm saying? Puxatawny fucking dickhead for politics. But the whole point was to basically go against the grain on what I usually am. You see what I'm trying to say? It's fucking crazy. They got young blood hating me because I said that when I was 5. Because I think I might have been even 4 because my brother was in diapers. So like he was talking though, so it was probably like 1 or 2, but he was barely talking. Like he could say like 1 or 2 words, if that. Right? And so I was fucking with that. I said I was like 8 or 7 and all this other shit to try to get them off their game because they think that they have it. But like if my brother ever says it, all he's gonna say is that, because my brother doesn't want to look like he got raped at an older age, because it's not true. You know what I'm saying? It's just this fucking game I'm playing with these idiots, and it's like they literally have tried to make every single person. They got people from fucking Japan, bro. I gotta worry about eating the wrong bit of sushi if I go to their trip. They got for nothing, and it's this whole thing because of politics. Like, and it's like you didn't win, supposedly, and even if the government decided you didn't win, what does that have to do with me? Right? Like any person that actually doesn't smoke too much ganja and is on drugs and meth like these fucking clowns probably are, like, if I say something as a regular human being and some clown does something about it, that's not my problem. Like, it's that simple. And they literally don't understand that. Like, their brains literally are fucking fried to a crisp. Like, to a fucking crisp. And not only that, if I said something bad, that's because I fucking meant it on some level. It might not mean that it's like I believe in it or I agree with it or anything, but I might just be fucking mad, or I might just want to say what the fuck I want to say, even if I don't agree with it, right? Everyone knows that deep down. They say crazy shit in public all the time. This fat fuck probably calls people names all the time, but me, little old me, I can't say nothing. You know what I mean? Because I'm too good for that, obviously. Because obviously you're all fucking extremely intimidated. Like, I said that I have like the highest IQ in the world to troll, obviously, because I don't know that for sure. But I'm saying like my IQ is definitely at least about, it depends on IQ test, but it's like, I would say at least 170. I would, just based on the answering and the speed and everything else by my own surmising. But we'll see about that when I take one. But the point is that I low-key have some shit that I've already taken, but it's fine. You know, like, we'll see how that goes. And I'm still fucking with him right now. That's why he's slamming his fucking door, because I had said something about that too. Yeah, see how he's, exactly. So, again, they really don't understand that they got butt-fucked since the entire time. And I know that you heard what I was saying, right? Like, because that's why he's going to drive a little weird. Look at that, exactly, like it's like struggling to turn and stuff, like I said. Look, and then his canine storm. Yeah, there's a storm coming too, Peef. You know, Peef and Butthole. There's a storm coming too. So, yeah, I promise you I will. If you don't stop fucking off. I can be fine on my own because I have the receipts. But you don't seem to get that. So it's like, you clearly don't like that. So, you know, it's like this game that we're playing. It's like, you know, which dick is bigger? Me and Pete Hegseth are fucking, like, he kind of respects it in a way because he knows that, like, the shit I'm saying is true. They've seen me do the fucking trainings and shit. I would kill 17 military professionals with a karambit. If it was just me versus like 20 dudes and I had a karambit, I'm probably going away with 20 bodies. Like, and they've seen me do it before in Ybor. They've seen me do it in Clearwater. I've done it with no shoes. I've done it to multiple black people the time I ran one over. I've done it to, yeah, it's never gonna stop because they just don't understand that, you know, I could do it to them too. But the point is that anyways, it's just like, you know, they love trying to like get people and they just don't understand that, like, I don't care about your mental issues. We've done this. They literally sent dude over from the time, I know that one Pasco guy, the tall one that I have a video of that looks like fucking Garth or whatever, from One Punch, One Piece, because I said that shit. Don't come over here. One Piece, because I said that shit. And it's like this whole fucking thing, okay? Yeah, and this whole fucking thing is that, like, I actually know Cat from like another department or what. I'm trying to remember where it was. And they sent that fucker. I literally said, and they knew to a T who the fuck I'm talking about. You have no prayer of winning this, none. If you don't leave this neighborhood, both of you, I'm going to spend 20 years trying to ram it up your ass one way or another. I prom 20 years. I'm going to. So you can just pack your bags yourselves. So, because I'm going to. So I'm gonna make sure that I do it. And there's not any bit of you bringing a fucking van over to scare me. So it's like, you know, because they don't really realize that, like, I've been setting up this whole time. And I also have recordings of the van. So that's interesting. I bet you didn't believe that one, did you? You know, there's other ways to record outside of wireless, or I mean, excuse me, wired connection. So, cause that shit, you know what I mean? Fucking stupid. So, anyways, I just need to get this shit over to a lawyer. So, because if I don't, it's gonna suck. But you know, they've been trying to constantly like do this fuck shit, and I'll be fine either way. I even told them, I was like, listen, I was like, I will leave it alone if I don't have to look over my shoulder every 10 seconds. But they're hoping that the left, when I go over to California to go see, you know, because I'm going to fuck with some people over there and whatever. But like on some Eric Andre shit, like obviously not like that. But it's like I have one in particular I really want to meet, and they don't really think that like I'm going to literally move to LA. But it's like, I've always wanted to live in LA. I don't give a fuck. But I'm hoping that we win the election first, because then that will smooth shit over. But LA's a lot more dangerous, I would say, in the hood. But even then, it's nowhere near as bad as Youngstown was. Like when I was living out, there's no way. It's literally impossible. So I mean, Youngstown was it's impossible because of statistics. Youngstown was averaging like 3 deaths a week or some shit. Like it was like on another level. So it's not that bad. I'll be all right with a couple weapons. But other than that, you know, I'm gonna go full fucking empire on some people, but it's fine. You know, I'm just gonna do the old shiesty shit like I used to, but it's all right. But anyway, so the point is that they keep playing around with shit, and they don't really realize what I could do right now. So, like I said, they think that they do, but they just love playing with the shit. And like I said, when I come out with this test that I'm gonna take at some point, and really regardless, I don't even. The funny thing is, like, I don't want to spend the money on that fucking thing. They're trying to rack it up to 1,000 now because of what I said. And it's like, you know, that's only one test. I'd have to spend 10 G's on 10 different tests. You know what I'm saying? Just to show consistency. Now, what I could do is do like 1 or 2 or 3, right? And then that way, it at least proves it after I show, obviously, that like I told this girl, I was like, listen, I don't fuck with anyone that's not 20 and up. I'm not attracted to you. I'm not emotionally attracted to you, nothing. And it was 100% either they were using them. I wouldn't even be surprised at this point they're using a 14-year-old chick. They're either using them, they're either having them tell them some shit because they know that they do that as 14-year-old girls. Apparently that's a thing. Because I always knew it was kind of a thing, but like, who really does that? You know what I'm saying? Like almost no one. Either way, it's like you got that. It's all right, Rex. What? No, leave the chickens, bud. Either way, they heard me when I was yelling at them. So like basically what had happened was I put this shit down, and I'm talking when I and they could hear me probably out. That's probably another thing too, is like this bitch could hear me, because you could always hear me screaming, and they always could hear what I'm saying, you know, from a distance if you were really listening. You know what I'm saying? So like I was sitting there, which she already knows that I was yelling. So like I told her to tell everybody, because to act like some shit, she already could hear it, bro. I was so fucking mad. Bro, these fucking clowns, bro. These clowns have never left me alone. I'm talking for, bro, it's been, they watched me fuck an 18-year-old girl, or not fuck, I was getting head from an 18-year-old girl in the middle of a park, and they literally watched it, bro. They had a dude following us, and he fucking like was like, he parked there and everything, like he, bro, and she knew it. Blessing knew that shit because they were investigating. They literally were trying to get it to look like I was going after youngsters just to set up a possible thing with this fake account. I can't even describe to you how fucked you all are. And it's literally proven, because if I can somehow get that video, which I'm sure that they probably deleted it and whatnot, but I'm just saying, like, there was like video cameras at this park, and I'm talking, she was sucking me off on a bench right in front of Cat, and he was like at the park, and I was like, fuck it, like, I'm talking about, I was literally balls deep in her throat, bro. And I'm talking about, and she's 18, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have her license, thank God. But it's blurry, right? She showed me a blurry license so that it would look suspicious, right? But I have good eyesight, you know, because I said I was like half blind, which I am, but not with contacts, dumb fucks. So basically, I knew they were using her, right? And it's because I was making comments here and there about some weird shit to Buddy or whoever, right? Because I was always like, yeah, like, because we had this shit posting group. And I'm talking about, it was gnarly, bro. Like, we were saying gnarly shit. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck your mom and like all this, you know what I'm saying? Just like Call of Duty stuff, right? Because Buddy is a little fucking rat too. Buddy was trying to get me with Derek Kraus and other people who were cops from other states. This fucking bald fuck came all the way over here to try to get me to plug him up with some weed, because he had no idea how I was supporting this many dogs. And not only that, he then told everyone else that I'm a fucking wackadoo and I get money from the government, which I do, but it's for anxiety and Tourette's. That's why I always have fucking little twitches and shit. It's literally for anxiety and Tourette's. It doesn't matter what my dad says. I can get the records. He can't. He can pay anything that he wants to anyone. I'm not mentally educated underneath him. I do what I want with my own funds. You are all psychopaths. That's it. You just don't get it, bro. You don't fucking get it. So can you please go somewhere else and stop trying to, like, you know, act like, okay, but I have them on the record. Good luck to you. You're gonna need it. Yeah, you will need it. So like I said, they just don't know how to fucking leave my ass alone. Like right now, this dude's trying to act like, who does he have to call and shit? Like, you're not gonna do nothing. I wish you would, bro. I can say what I want on my own property. Yeah, I can. Yeah, go ahead. I bet you $10 I'm gonna get your ass. I'm gonna get your ass in court. See you later. So anyways, like, so I have no records of anything like that, right? The only thing I had was like when I was on drugs and then I got off of drugs. And I got off of all the drugs that they gave me too. So after that, it's been like 15 years, right? So I have no issues with that, okay? I do have mild Tourette's, right? So like if I get too stressed out, I have a tic or something, anxiety, and some OCD. So that's why it might look to someone like I might be on drugs here and there. I don't do drugs, and I never have done drugs since then. So it's like I've turned down crack, I've turned down heroin, I've turned down everything, like, which no one really asked me, but I was like around people who did that shit, but I never would. I just don't fuck with drugs like that. I like, you know, an occasional joint if it's like not a big deal. Like if it's not like those fucking, some of the weed, bro, is like 30% THC or some shit. Like, I don't fuck with that stuff. You get black hold on that stuff. You see what I'm saying? And look, here comes, you know, someone else. It's just non-stop. It's like, you know, anyone can see what they're doing with this shit, and it just looks bad. Now, you know, they can try to make it look like whatever, okay? I have semi-serious content protecting that shit. I can say anything that I want to under that, so long as I'm looked at as like not a possible threat. And the fact that I've literally proven that I'm not a possible threat, then that doesn't really matter. But it's just to be able to say this shit and not be looked at as crazy. But either way, they can't do anything because I'm not even showing that I'm a threat to anybody. So like I said, I only did self-defense against the one kid the one time. And like, they think that I'm saying this is because I'm afraid of them. What they don't understand is I literally have you on voice recording. And I'm going to find a lawyer. What they don't like is that, and like what they don't like is that like I'm saying it and shit, but like I might be able to find a lawyer. So hopefully I can. But if not, I'm just gonna have to do it myself. Like I said, I got their names, I got their kids' names, the mom's name. I know where he's went to school, where he's got his. I got everything on every single person just about on this block. You know, I got the one dude down the street. I got the old people. The judge, his ass has been, the funny thing about him, he's got some shit that's sus too on his record, so we're gonna get into that, the whole nine. So it's just like, it's you know, I mean, it wouldn't even really matter what they do. Like, I'm gonna have to save up a lot of money for this shit, which, you know, obviously I'm gonna go back to work and I'm gonna just, you know, I'm gonna have some barbed wire out here. I'm gonna have these specific cameras that you can't hack into, nothing, because they're just cameras that are in their own system thing. Like there's supposedly cameras that like you can't just do anything to, you know what I mean? Because they're recording on their own, and it's not like a Wi-Fi thing, it's just like a recording, and it has like a little chip thing. Those are the ones I need, but I need dogs to guard them, you know what I'm trying to say? Or at least good locked systems and shit, like where I can have like windows open and somewhat and have the camera on it, and then barbed wire, and then like some sort of like sharp spikes of rocks under, like at the bottom of shit before I go back to work. Because every 2 seconds these motherfuckers are trying to come on the property. They have like homeless people who are roaming around, who are playing games and shit with stuff too, because I had said stuff about homeless people. I said stuff about homeless people because most homeless people are wackadoos. Like, they're bad people. Like, I'm not a bad person like that. Like, if I don't get a job, that's different. I'm not talking about those people. And they're trying to say, because I'm saying stuff that makes perfect sense, they're trying to like psyop it like I'm out of the pack, and so that I act like a nut job like them, even though they're trolling me. It's fucking nuts, bro. You can't make this shit up. Like, it's literally nuts. They don't know how to mind their own goddamn business. You see what I'm trying to say? They don't know how to mind their own business. Like right now, they're literally outside in the middle of the street like weirdos. Like, nobody just stands in the middle of the street like trying to just act like some sort of way. You know what I'm saying? So it's nonstop. Look at this shit. It's nonstop. So just out here doing butt fuck. Butt fuck all. I don't even know why you would want to play games with it. It's not gonna matter. Like, I'm sure that you have a record too. You're an ex-cop. I could just look up all your record. So, and bring it to court. So, that's what you said. You're an ex-cop. And we're going to look into it. So, like, I got everything about you so far. But yeah, man. So, it's just like this whole thing, man. Like, you know, stop touching me. It's like I'm trying to be out here do yard work, and I got to deal with fucking neighbor 1, 2, and 3. You know, the other bitch moved, right? Because they were acting like she did, but I haven't seen her in a hot minute because they're like, they hacked my shit and they're trying to say that I was threatening her and stuff, right? Okay, well, you do understand that, like, even if you have audio that you keep through a hacked phone, like, it's gonna be sounding like it's through a hacked phone. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's ways to tell, obviously, that it's through a hacked phone and shit. You see what I'm saying? Just by the way it sounds, okay? It's gonna sound like raspy. It's gonna sound like whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's through a hacked shit. So, like, how would you do that? You know what I'm saying? How would you make me look bad for saying something in my own house? Exactly. It doesn't really make someone look bad just because you might think something bad shit. Like, I don't have any record. I've never done anything to anybody. I should. Like, there's certain people who are bad people, but, you know, they can go to jail, but the laws suck. You know, it's like the same thing. So, either way, man, it's like this whole thing, it just doesn't make any sense. And they killed a lot of my dogs, like, and they're trying to do it in a way that makes it look like I'm doing it, or like it's the ones I don't want. Those are the ones I want. I want the ones who are rowdy and stuff and hard to deal. They have the most spunk for when someone comes in the yard. It's just hard to deal with them. Like Gabo, like, there's no reason why you came on that property and did that. Like, literally, I put Chickies up, and she's the only one that's really like, Rex will do it too, but you can come on the property for 20 minutes and he won't do anything, and especially if you're feeding him. But then sometimes, which it depends on the person, he will do it to some people sometimes, and it's just random. Like, the other day, the guy, like, was here, and he just started picking at him after he was fine with him for 20 minutes. It's random. That's why I try to have him out here, so that, like, if it baits someone on, then he gets mad just for some reason, they have to deal with his ass, which he's not a big dog. Like, he's not like a Pressa or like a Barboil or some shit, but it's like, you know, he's big enough to put holes in you, you know, and Chickies is a little spunky shit, and she would kill him in a fight, so badly. Like, she would put any of my dogs, other than the game pits, in the hospital, so within 10 minutes, you know, but she just is not like, you know, she's gonna go after every person that comes in the yard, you know what I mean, pretty much. I mean, I don't know how you can, like, be here and I'm not here, and you get in the yard. You're just not going to, unless, like, you kill them, obviously. But, you know, that's why I have to be here. I can't take that chance. You know, those are my babies. Like, these fucking people are the worst I've ever seen. Like, I literally asked for none of this too. That's the thing. Like, I've literally even if I'm trolling about it, I literally asked for nothing of this. Like, I literally was here minding my own shit and trying to live out here, minding my own shit. And the cops have been working with my parents since the Tegu shit, the Adam shit at my house, they just do it with them. They keep an eye on me the whole time. And it's been like this since, I don't even know how many times, other than when I'm like, it's fucking stop. It is non-stop, bro. And it's because of the original thing. Like I said, it's because of that shit that I did when I was a kid. I was like 10 years old. And I pranked those Indian people. And I was like scaring people because, like, you know, we were going hard in it, me and Cam. But it was like, since then, they looked at me as like a possible threat. I'm being serious. It's really this crazy. And they have a history in Hillsborough of doing this. It's called predictive policing and whatever else, and entrapment too, obviously, or whatever, to try to steer someone into a certain thing or whatever. But it's really predictive policing because, like, they won't want to call it that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to call it like the lesser thing. But like, they've made someone leave the goddamn country over it recently in Pasco. So, and it's recorded. And they had a civil rights people that sued them, and they were told by the damn state attorney, which I think that they switched them now or whatever, which is hilarious. They were told never to do this shit again, and they still do it on a usual basis. And they're trying to gain favor for it with Grady and all these other people by being super cops, right? But they don't know the backstory of what they do. These people, when I'm telling you, these fucking people, okay, are so highly coordinated to stop crime in the most illegal ways possible I've ever seen. They literally don't know how to leave other people alone, and they push people to be looked at as either soft or you have to take the L. Like, you can't just be able to defend yourself and look tough, or they will keep trying to beat you down as if like whatever. And the funny thing, I don't give up on it. You know what I'm saying? And so now they're learning like the hard way. Like, if I do get someone to do it, you will be in trouble for it. Like, and they're kind of like, okay, maybe we shouldn't take the chance. They really are trying to act like it's not going to happen. It's happened before. So either those people were coordinating with you, right? And so then it just looks horrendous for your average citizen, and they don't want that and won't vote that. Now, if like the government, like I said, is like in on it, it's going to look like some type of way. And then we're going to have a real shit show, because I was there at the riots, man. I was there at a lot of different things. People are so tired of this garbage shit. They deep down want to play in it and whatever to make money or to be clout famous and all this other stuff. They're so tired of it, bro. They wake up every day and they're so tired of making almost no money and dealing with this shit every day. And they'll try to act like they're a part of the group, and they'll try to be in this whole thing, and they'll do it with the whole hive mind shit, but deep down they have nothing. Like these people, they have nothing. He's like 50 years old, and he has literally like a shit for brains house and like a farm that is like, he doesn't even run it properly, but he'll stick his nose into my shit because I said a viral thing that went around because you have been nonstop doing this shit. You know what I mean? They sent over the one goat, and I literally almost had to wrangle the fucking thing. He was like 200 pounds, a fucking black goat, right? So this goat, like, I'm sitting there trying to stop him from trying to ram me, and I'm talking like, you know, you're not gonna like overpower a goat that much by his neck, you know what I mean? But like, I had to like keep his head down and shit, you know, and I was doing a pretty good job for wrangling a goat that's like my size and shape. You know what I'm saying? And like, I could wrangle him, but I don't want to hurt him. And it's like, you're literally trying to start shit up. And he jumped on my truck, the whole shit. And this has been going on. They have been sending shit out for that long. And it's like, it gets, there's no reason for it. It's one thing if you were really trying to help, but you're not trying to help. You're trying to make it look like I live in Crackheadville, which I don't like. You're trying to make it look like somehow I'm doing something like that, which I don't like. I only want to be able to go do the shit I want to do, and my parents fucked that up. They don't want me around to go do LA Fitness type shit. They don't want me at the house, so they know that I can't work out. That's the only place I'm going to work out, right? They know that, like, they're like, oh, we don't want you to have, like, this trailer with dogs and shit, even though it's legal on the thing, because they know that I'll literally be able to save hundreds of grand. I work all the time. I'll be able to save, like, 150 grand within, like, 3 years. I'd be, like, I'd be almost 40 let's say even at 40, I'd have 200 grand in the bank if I was able to live back at my family's, and then I could sell this shit for 100 and something grand too. But they don't want that. They want to constrict everything about everything I've ever done, because they know that I'm the most productive person in our family, like vastly, and they don't like it. Imagine having family members, bro, that will purposely fuck your shit up. I'm talking like with blatant disrespect. Like, since you were a kid, my father literally watched me succeed at almost every sport I was playing at, and then he would like try to guide me over to some other thing, or like my family wouldn't have the money for that anymore, but we would have the money for soccer. Like, it would make no sense, and I would be trying to pick something too, and it's like I would deal with coaches and whatever, and he would just be like, suck it up, and it's just like, bro, but you're all doing the same shit. It's like, you can't do anything if you're not able to do something. You see what I'm saying? And then it's like, it's non-stop, bro. Like, if I go to the gym, right, like I almost set the second highest squat of all time in my weight class, like just randomly. Like, it's gonna take me 10 minutes to lose 20 pounds and finally get it up with the belt. Like, it's over. I'm going to the Olympics just off of that. Like, I just don't understand why it's, and then I have to deal with this shit too, that they are gonna try to like say no to someone over the Olympics and all this other shit. Like, how the fuck then are we going to live? You see what I'm trying to say? I literally only said certain things because I wanted to fuck around for one, and it's like with the no DEI thing, I was hoping that we could get over this shit, but apparently no. But I didn't do it, like, and I literally already said that I'm worried about it, and this fucker did it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it makes no sense, bro. And then you got the left trying to keep me out and kick me out of it somehow, which doesn't make sense because I've always voted left. I mean, that's the whole point of this, is that I was stepping out on the left. That's what I said. I said I always voted left. That was the initial thing. I said that I would support like Bush and whatever, yeah, back when I was with my parents or whatever, but I never really supported them. I never voted. I was like a kid just saying that shit. I've only ever voted for Democrats. So now you see how like they're moving the chain? Look. That's not logical behavior, because there's nothing you can do. So like I said, like, there's no way that you're getting out of it. Like, because I have ways to get out of it, because I literally have proof of it. So like I said, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter what you think or whatever. You know what I mean? It should, not to me. I don't give a fuck. Like, do something about it. You know what I mean? If you don't believe it, no. He's trying to act like by like making noises that people are gonna be like out here doing something. Nah, they heard the same shit. What did they hear? Exactly, they heard the same shit. I didn't say nothing about that. I said logical shit a bunch of times. Like, they just want to be a dick about it, and they're gonna have to deal with it if they don't win. If Mom Donnie and them don't win, they're gonna have to deal with it. So I'll still vote. I'll still vote blue. That's not my issue. People are like, oh, you shouldn't have said some shit or whatever. Nah, I have a fucking legal right to say what the fuck I want to say. Like, you're not gonna take that from me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Like, I'm gonna just shoot the block up, like, if I have to. If you do some shit and I'm with that shit that I got, like, I promise, like, it's gonna be a wrap, son. So that shit is no joke. So, like I said, I'm totally kidding. But, you know, obviously, but, yeah, we'll see. I'm totally, yeah, I'm kidding. I literally want to make sure that nobody has to deal with this type of shit with the human race, like, and I'm so set on that shit. Like, to wake up every single fucking day and have to worry about someone taking what you said and blowing it out of proportion, making sure that it's like this or that, you know, making it a hate trend on you, just this whole thing. Like, I literally have it on record that I'll put on a t-shirt, dog, that says I don't fuck with anybody under 20. Like, it says I physically don't fuck with you. Like, you're not even filled out yet. It's not what I even like. You see what I'm saying? Even for their age, bro, it's like you could be small, whatever, you're filled out by 20. I like the look of that. Like you can tell when someone's usually an adult. You see what I'm saying? And if it's fucked up, if it's a messed up situation, you see what I'm saying? That's just a messed up situation. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just an accident. It's that simple, man. Kids are like 14 to 16, they're like full grown, and then they take another 4 years to like fill out. Usually, like when you're in your